Hey guys, this is Bobby from One More Rep Fitness. First, I want to make the first video of the year for people who are considering doing maybe a detox. So a lot of these extreme fad diets that come out around this time of year, or even just a New Year resolution, this becomes very, very important that if you truly want to get amazing results and you truly want to keep those results and you truly want to do it in a way that doesn't really make you look kind of hate it, okay? So sometimes we go on an extreme diet, you do detoxes, like you hate what you're doing, okay? It's not fun. You're depriving yourself a ton. You might be doing workouts you hate. You're working on too much, right? And you get very kind of stressed out. You kind of get very stressed out. And what happens here is people always overestimate what can happen in short term. So like what they can accomplish in a couple weeks as far as maybe fat loss or muscle gain goes, but they incredibly underestimate how much they can change long term. So how much you can accomplish in a year. And if you start thinking in those terms where like if I did this for a year, like where would I be? And it starts to get really exciting because you're like, my body could be completely different if I actually found something I can do for a year. But the truth is, the things that most people do, they're not willing to, or they just can't do it for a year. So if you're going on like a detox where you're cutting carbohydrates and you're drinking protein shakes 2 out of your 3 meals, like you probably can't do that for a year, okay? So I want you guys to think of this long term, a little longer than maybe you're thinking about that, all right? So just think about it, and sometimes like we want quick results, but think about like this is like how many years have you started where like, hey, this is gonna be the year where I transform my body, or this is the year I do this, or this is the year I'll do this, but you never get to the thing because you do these things, or you go all for a month, and then the rest of the year you don't do too much else, all right? So if you seriously want to be sitting in a completely different place next year, consider the fact that it's not about doing a bunch of extreme stuff or a lot of stuff right now. It's about doing stuff on a regular basis, all right? And always doing something, okay? You don't have to do everything, but you have to do something, okay? You should be doing something every day. So I'm going to really address people who are trying to lose fat and build muscle here, but number one thing you want to do is lift weights, all right? Yeah, doing a lot of cardio and doing interval training, they'll burn calories and stuff like that, but long term, how this is going to make you feel, and more importantly, for most of you, like how is this going to make you look? It's going to make you look amazing. So I would strength train 3 times a week, all right? And don't complicate it. Just do like a movement or 2 of each like category. So do some type of squat, do some type of deadlift, do some type of push-up or chest press, do some type of row, and then do some core exercises. And then try to make those exercises harder each week or every 2 weeks by doing more reps, lifting more weight. If you do that, you're going to get strong. You're going to build muscle. Second is improve your nutrition. Now there's a bunch of ways to do this, and that's kind of the beauty of it, is that you can kind of do what you're ready to do right now, okay? But just each week, make sure whatever you're working on, it's better. So if it's water, you're drinking more water. If it's protein, you're eating more protein. And sometimes when we think about improvement, we always think about, hey, I should do this more, but more in the way of, hey, I'll eat more protein than I did last Monday. But what I want you guys to really think about is like what's more powerful than doing more each day is doing something good on a consistent basis, all right? So say having a moderate amount of protein for like 30 days straight, or having a moderate amount of water 30 days straight, versus having like a ton of protein for 2 days and then you slack off for 3 days, all right? And that's what's going to make a huge change as far as nutrition, is that you make improvements, but then the most important thing is that you make them stick, okay? Is that you can do it on a consistent basis. So when I say get something better, doesn't always mean, hey, you just gotta do more. It might be, hey, I hit my protein marks, or I drink enough water 2 days a week. Next week I'm gonna do 3 days. The week after that, 4 days. And think about like if you did that, if you took that approach for like a year, you guys' nutrition would be completely changed. And if you guys know the power of nutrition, you guys will know that your whole body will change if your nutrition changed. And the thing with that, there's a lot of flexibility with this because there's so many things you can work on and improve on, okay? So if you're not ready to work on your dinner right now, no problem. Work on your breakfast, right? Or if you really like your breakfast routine, you're not willing to give up your bagel in the morning, work on your lunch. All right, so there's a lot of leeway with this, all right? And you can kind of make it fit your lifestyle versus going on a strict diet that doesn't really fit like your lifestyle and where you're at. And the last thing that I'll go over is make sure you question your thoughts, all right? And this is exercises and nutrition, but this is extremely powerful because our thoughts sometimes get in the way. They cause maybe emotional reactions that stop us from doing the things that we want to do or being the person we want to be. So I found this simple. If you ask yourself these questions, if when you're kind of feeling crappy or if you're in a negative situation or you're kind of in this area where like, oh, should I have this piece of cake? Should I have this piece of cake? Or more importantly, when you're telling yourself an excuse or stories, just use these 4 questions, and what they help bring the truth to it. Because sometimes our thoughts are just based on emotions, and our emotions are always based on the truth of facts. So you simply ask yourself these 4 questions: is it true? So if I have this thought, and I deal with a lot of people who have this thought where like, oh, I can't lose weight. I don't have the right genes. And ask yourself, is that true? And then ask yourself after that, is that 100% true? Okay, is there 100% certainty that I know that is true? And then after you ask that, is like, how do I react when I think this thought? Because the thing with that is a lot of thoughts control our reaction. So if I feel there's nothing I can do, I will always be this heavy, then my actions will start to be based on those thoughts. I'm probably not going to try as hard. I'm probably not going to care about improving my nutrition too much, right? And the last question that really improves it is like, who would you be without the thought? Okay, so like, what would you think so with that example, what would you think is possible if you didn't have that thought in your head all the time? Okay, what would you focus on? Okay, so if you were focused on the fact that you can't lose weight, what would you focus on instead? Maybe you and these are just examples, guys, but maybe you're focusing on, hey, what can I do to improve my nutrition? What can I do to make my workouts better? What am I not doing that I can do better so I can get better results? All right. So when you kind of start to challenge your thoughts that are holding you back, that aren't really true, you can start to make really big progress. Because sometimes it's the workout, sometimes the nutrition, but most of the time what I see, it's the mindset and it's the thoughts and stories that we have inside our head that really holds us back the most, right? So apply those 3 things. Start lifting 3 times a week. Improve your nutrition in some way, okay? Make sure it's getting better in some way or form each week, okay? And then challenge your thoughts. Question those thoughts with those 4 questions, and I guarantee you guys will get results if you do those 3 things on a consistent basis.